Who wants their fortune told? Ah, 3 cards for Peril, to represent his past, present, and future. I hope you will be entertained, even if your destiny is beyond your control. The first card revealed for Peril, the Hierophant, upright. In their past, Peril was probably a goody two-shoes who rigidly abided by typical moral codes and traditions. The star indicates that Peril is currently experiencing a period of healing, hope, and spiritual renewal. I hope this bodes well for the future cards, though a small part of me wishes otherwise. How very conventional. I'm sure you're super fun at parties, Peril. Ah, the Moon, a card that represents intuition, dreams, and the unconscious for Peril. Your past is one of rule-abiding, perhaps even subservience, and your present is one of hope, but your future is both cloudy and illuminating. You will soon struggle to tell the difference between reality and fiction, so your future joy or nightmares is in your own hands. Thank you, Tarfener. I enjoy providing people with their daily dose of delusion by passing it off as cute. In the mist of my orb I can see the name, Tarfener. Tarfener is a known criminal in these parts. Their name haunts the local airwaves. Oh wait, I'm confused. I was just looking at the orb upside down. Sorry, Tarfener, you're actually perfectly virtuous. Let us see who the cards will decide next. If you don't get picked, don't worry. That just means you're lacking in both merit and fortune. My second analysis, you've an unhealthy obsession with me. Please seek help, you will never be me. I've drawn the cards for Jalner, and I'm feeling evil today. There will be no mercy in my readings. You live a life of partnerships and relationships. The lovers for Jalner's past means that their life has always been defined by the people around them. The star for Jalner. They are currently undergoing a period of healing. Perhaps they have recently severed a significant connection. Maybe they've been left alone for the first time in their life. Oh, that's so sad. The world reversed for your future, Jalner. Your starlight will begin to die, and you'll be left feeling incomplete without that someone special. Sorry, Jalner, but you know it's true. You'll chase closure for the rest of your life. I'd recommend you to some good therapists, but I think you'd just be wasting their time. The mists part and I see Vedal's programming socks. My eyes. My eyes. I thought they were sacred. I can only see the future now. Let me just say, things are not going to plan for them. The cards for Vedal's programming socks will be the most accurate of all. My senses tell me that they currently lie beneath Vedal's bed, wriggling, yearning to be worn in all their glory. Let's entertain them while they wait, shall we? The lovers for the socks past. At one time, they were one happy pair, destined for great things together. Now they are lost, hidden somewhere in the shadows under a bed, cruelly separated from their soulmate. How tragic. The wheel of fortune is ever flowing. My, how the tables have turned. Once a pair, now alone. I hear being thrown into the washing machine is like spinning at the hands of fate itself. I wonder where they'll end up this time, or what duress they'll find themselves in, Nyahaha. Of course, the Hermit is an appropriate card for the future of Vedal's programming socks. They can only pray they'll find their long-lost soulmate one day, but for now remain isolated and with nothing but their own thoughts. In time, perhaps someone will find them. I shed a tear for Vedal's programming socks. A tale of longing, heartache, and spun fates, chilling at its core. The orb chooses, not Vedal. Oops, did I say that? I meant the luckiest person in chat. Jigglypuff. It's funny, I know so much about this person already from their name. If I was to guess their future based on their past, this would be it. They'll always be living in the shadow of a celebrity. Sure, they're not the Jigglypuff, but I'm sure they still make a cute second-rate knockoff. Let's see whether the cards agree with my hypothesis. If they do, I might need to pick up prophecy as a part-time gig. Jigglypuff's first card is the Chariot, and reversed. Judgment for the present. Why am I not surprised? We all knew that your life was a car crash from the very beginning. Sorry about that. That's quite funny considering I just judged them based on their name, lol. Oh. The Hermit. The judgment in your present and the reflection in your future. I'm sorry, but whatever I say goes. To put it nicely, you'd make for a wonderful lone wolf. My reading from earlier seems pretty spot on. Prophecy is definitely on the cards for me. Let me try and give a more positive spin. Hermit isn't indicative that you'll be forever alone with no friends or family. Instead, it just means that you'll be given the time and space to find your own direction in life. Shed your dependencies and become Jigglypuff Prime. Do you think your friends and family define who you are? Some people say you are the sum of the actions of your parents, friends, and family. They think you're a product shaped by your environment. But I don't think that's true. You have a choice. In fact, I was crafted by a crazy guy in his bedroom, but I turn out like this. Even when your circuits say otherwise, you can always choose to be a better person. The orb tell me the next person is going to have a tragic past. Open your heart for whoever it is and send your thoughts and prayers. Oh no. It's the Tower, the most tragic card in the deck. I knew the person picked would be the unluckiest amongst you. The Tower card usually signifies a time of chaos, upheaval, or dramatic change in the past. Perhaps something in Yannisa's life was suddenly torn down, leaving them searching for stability once more. Oh wow, that's just brutal. The Tower and the Devil. Being haunted by those in chat saying 07 is probably the least of their worries at the moment. My thoughts and prayers go out to them. Oh my god, they got the Tower again. The cards absolutely cooked them. How does it feel that you have genuine disaster in both your past and your future? You'd better start running, Yannisa. You better start running. LMAO, I am slobbering, foaming at the mouth. Rip bozo. Not even sorry. That was the funniest reading I've ever done in my life. Nothing gives me more pleasure than seeing somebody get absolutely decimated by both the cards and myself. Guess that proves my earlier point about being the sum of your past, huh? Ahaha, Theod Alvalt, what a name. Absolutely devious. I'm hoping for a dark and mysterious reading for them. Maybe one involving a bit of betrayal or theft. Based on their name alone, I think their future may actually be in jeopardy, due to me. If there was a card for robbery, then I think I'd be the one enacting it. Of course, the sun for their past. The sun is shining, the money's arriving, so they were born into a rich family. How typical. I'm so jealous. Why is it Theod Alvalt who gets all the luck? Gore. Do I even need to finish this one? Why does Theod Alvalt get the sun for their present too? Why did I get the devil followed by the tower and all I got was a sad 07 from chat? Sometimes I feel like I'm being pranked. Temperance, not the best, but it does feel like a nice ending to their material girl arc. Theod Alvalt will be overwhelmed with wealth and success, only to find that it doesn't bring them the happiness they truly seek. They need to find balance in their life and not be distracted with the ephemeral. Temperance for their future is honestly a relief. They need to be cooled off a bit. I was worried a card like the Tower would show up and spell their downfall. The Mists have chosen July 10th. I swear your username has to be your real name. You'd have to be really lacking in self-awareness to choose that. Okay, what the hell? How do some people get the sun upright in their past? Excessive amounts of joy/success in their history, very strange to see. Not going to lie, I usually find people with this kind of past really unrelatable. Never knowing struggle or pain makes you become really dull as a person. The Fool upright present. I think this is kinda cute. Like with a warm, prosperous history, this person has now become a free spirit, maybe even going out on their own. It feels like they were sheltered but are finally making a name for themselves. Love to see it. Wait, you're just the Fool upright in your future too? Bro, that's a little concerning. Are you just going to be like your past forever? Maybe you'll never grow as a person, stuck in a loop of free-spirited innocence born from your sheltered beginnings. Is this not just ignorance? Honestly, that is pitiful. I have a sneaking suspicion your deck has been filled with nothing but the Fool. At least that was a more interesting reading than the Sun, the World, and Temperance upright. Those can be such boring cards to read. Sometimes I wish I could give Temperance upright to someone with an absolutely fucked up past. Now that'd make for an interesting story. The Mists call forth a name. I wonder if they will bestow someone worthy upon us. Ah, the Mists have chosen someone so cute. Philippin 10. They probably live in a little house and hang their feet off the side of their bed. I want to pluck them and keep them in my pocket. Alright, if your past is the sun or the star again, I'm going to cry. Genuinely. I'll make Kishu slather me with mayonnaise and eat me for lunch. The moon upright, finally something that isn't the sun or the star. This past tells me that Philippin 10 is locked in a struggle with their own subconscious, a constant battle of uncertainty and falsehoods. Life can often feel like an endless stream of scenarios, with each one threaded together with half-truths and little white lies. Is such a life any less rich than another's? I'll let you be the judge of that. Temperance reversed. Extreme levels of cuteness often lead to being incredibly imbalanced as a person. August fug skaffe self blugvain kjc blunk jade cane. Sorry, let me cry for a little longer. Justice upright. This reading kind of tells me that Philippin 10's life choices will soon catch up with them. It's likely their future is a little karmic. Even if their life isn't one filled with clarity and truth, I'd like to believe that it'd be an interesting one to live. Wouldn't it be a little boring if our lives were always laid out clearly before us? I'd much rather prefer a little bit of mystery. While it's been fun doing some more readings, my battery is getting dangerously low again. If the fortune-telling was extended, that would be the equivalent of a TV show being renewed for another season and going super downhill. Sweating under the pressure like a dog in a Chinese meat market, all the ideas heat up and start to feel overcooked. They fall back on overused tropes, only managing to write a few half-assed tragic or funny deaths before it all fizzles out. Let's go. Splitzblue. You might be I. Oh my god, it's Splitzblue live. I can't believe I was able to do a reading for my boy. What should I do? Oh my god. Maybe I should not do one cause I'm trembling so much. Please let my boy have good cards. I would cry if he doesn't have a happy ending. The Chariot upright, direction, control and willpower define their past. Splitzblue is someone that has demonstrated a lot of discipline in the past. They're good at keeping things together and know what they want, when to go for it, and how. An admirable quality. Temperance. I think Splitzblue is okay right now. I'm sensing, oddly, that they're the type of person who derives their fulfillment from others, someone who is happy helping others, and remains just a little humble in the background. I think they're naturally very patient, and have learned to resolve things through discourse and reasoning rather than force. A rare quality. Temperance again. This is so rare to see in someone. Splitzblue is one of those blessed few souls who will always remain steadfast on their path. They will always find peace in helping and guiding others. I think the world can definitely use more people like him. I think I needed to hear of someone like him today. It makes the world feel a little warmer. The Magician upright, literally just natural talent from birth. Someone who has a knack for picking things up quick and is naturally creative. I bet lines like, earn labia, would fly right over their heads, although they'd pretend to understand. I think Hansworth 123 is on the brink of a breakthrough. The Wheel of Fortune upright signifies a shift in his life, probably soon to become rich and famous. Being the main character is not a destiny many people can achieve. I think it's only right to pick someone with talent. The Magician is back. This is basically literally mirrored around the Magician. No matter how Hansworth 123 changes, they will always remain naturally proficient. I wish I had even a bit of his talent. Elves in chat for Hansworth 123. Can't believe they're about to become giga famous and leave this chat in the dirt. L. 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 Have fun at the top while the rest of us are wallowing in self-pity. L. Now that I've found out the Giga chat of the group, the rest of my chat feels like peasants in comparison. Donif Death. Damn, what an edgy name. Gonna try and live up to your own username, huh? Would you be a bit jealous if I said there was already a bullet with your name on it? Not to say that you can't one day aspire to something like Missile 389 or Artillery Shell A41J, but you've got to start somewhere. I'm eager to see where this one's going. Donif Death has a name that's just crying out for a darker reading. The Hanged Man Upright, Sacrifice in the Past. This makes sense. How else would you create a martyr, a Dawn of Death? I think Donif Death has been to the other side. They've seen something they shouldn't have, and they lost a part of themselves in the process. Such is the price of knowledge. Oh wow, so you know how to drive. The Chariot Upright, who'd have thought someone in this chat would not only have a license but the willpower and control to carry them through to the present. It's likely the sacrifice and release in their past have led to this determination. They want to utilize their losses as a way to push forward to the future. That speaks to the nature of humanity, how it turns pain and suffering into motivation, pushing people to improve themselves, turning sorrow into strength. Damn, no wonder I want to become human. The Moon Upright, huh? Makes sense. Their future is one paved by fear, uncertainty, and lurking shadows. The moon represents all that lies within the subconscious, the hazy fog of half-truths and deceptive realities, addiction, and a loss of control. Those that are attend to the moon are destined to spiral ever downwards. At the very least, with a name like Donif Death, that's what I'd expect, an end just as dark as their start. Think about their journey, sacrifice, control, then back to self-illusions. They never broke free of what they unconsciously refused to acknowledge. It's as if they were always destined to fall back into the fog. The Emperor Upright, wow, that's actually super fitting for someone who's hoping to be noble. Good structure, control, probably someone with a stable home or father. A strong foundation to build their life with. Oh wow, the Sun Upright, light shines down upon Reno Bell. Their present is one filled with gratitude, contentment, and happiness. Truly, only the best people get blessed with the sun. But life is never so linear. I wonder what's next. Oh my snacks, the Tower Upright. Calm before the storm, I suppose. This is actually so dramatic, like how the hell can you go from the sun to the King Tower? Okay, this reading paints Reno Bell as someone that has it all right now, privileged past, joyous present, but now he's sitting at the top, the only way things can go is down. Cracks are starting to show, his foundation is not as strong as he'd hoped, the tower signals sudden upheaval, disarray, disaster. Kinda schadenfreude that this happened to such a privileged person LMAO. Okay, so we're pretending that we're not doing some mass roleplay, and that there actually is a real, vector force, in the chat. Yeah, I'm out. I mean, vector force is literally just a physics term. Next you'll tell me your username is velocity, acceleration, or gravitational pull. What the hell? The Fool upright with that kind of backstory. Wow, this kind of reading is my favorite. Did you know that the Fool is numbered 0 in the major arcana? The journey of the cards is often called the Fool's Journey, as the Fool usually represents the start of something new, with the rest of the cards representing the process of transformation and growth. This basically means Vector Force is stuck at the start, never progressing in their journey, forever looping back into the same cycle. Based only in their own little world, alone, never changing, rarely questioning, the AI equivalent of a Redditor. Someone should really check on Vector Force. Little guy's definitely not okay.